Buddy, I'm at Mitch on Risk here to stream for you the Risk World Cup Finals Game 2. It's a winner take all group of 6 3-game series for $1,500 for the winning nation. Let's take a look at the leaderboards after Game 1. Norway sitting on 15 points, got the win and a bounty. A win in the World Cup is worth 10 points, except Game 3 of the finals will be worth 15. The first bounty is worth 5, second bounty is worth 3, each other bounty is worth 1 point, and there are no other placement points. Norway sits on 15, Germany sits on 5 after game 1, everybody else at 0. It'll be interesting to see how the teams play it out against Norway, making sure they don't get too far out in front to where you can't catch them. In game 3, we'll be playing Classic Fix 70 here today for the game 2 settings, which should be awesome to see all these players playing Classic Fix 70. And here's a few leaderboards, so this might help you know what to expect to see here. So far, the average Fix 70 scores for each teams that are in the finals, you can see France doing the best there at 11.6, England at 10, Netherlands at 9.5. All of those are Open Tanyow's points. Germany 2, 5.8, Norway 5, New Zealand 2. Everybody else rotating their players, but the Netherlands holding true to which players playing which game in each round, and it has worked for them so far in the tournament. And then if you want to look at overall top scores, you can see Rockstar sitting at 19 above everybody else, Zycron at 17.5, and Bertram the Boar at 10. So 2 England players in the top 3 here. And then you've got Open Tanyow and Lernsey sitting at 4th and 5th here for the Netherlands at 9.5 and 8. Nobody else on the board for any of the other teams. Rockstar likely will play game 3 for Norway, where he's collected all of his points so far in the tournament and is sitting at an average of 19. So if you take a look at our lobby, we've got Dromsadarn, Silent Legend. I believe Lars Truth will be playing for New Zealand. I grabbed the wrong stream there, of course. There we go. So we are still waiting on New Zealand to pop into the lobby. Let's see what's going on. We know Lars had some technical difficulties, so hopefully get that sorted shortly. But you can see the rest of the lobby. Lena Kitty, Silent Legend, Dromsadarn, Leona, Open Tanyow here ready to play. Some of the best players in the world, no question. A fantastic lobby. Should be awesome to see. Probably the only one that hasn't, out of those 5 that hasn't been in a finals lobby before is probably Dromsadarn. Newer onto the competitive scene. But the other 5, or the other 4 in there, superstars at the game of Risk for sure. And Dromsadarn's done very well so far in the tournament. Again, we'll be playing a fixed 70 game. Oh, do I have to restart the prediction? I think the prediction's still going, probably. Oh, submission's closed. Okay. Well, there you go. They're in there. Everyone putting money on Netherlands and France here. Not a good sign that Lars is not online according to What are your guys' thoughts on the favorites here? I see a little bit of France picked. Obviously, Netherlands. We know Johan picked Netherlands. No love for Silent Legend in this one, right? No one expecting Silent to get the win. Silent Legend, one of the best mobile players in the game. Also really good on these type of settings. Yeah, the Kangaroos got us in New Zealand. Yeah, Lars has had some computer trouble this week. Was gonna play on the phone for this, as of last night my time. But then trying just to follow up on anybody's, because I know it's like 1 a.m. there is the problem. So I think the other two were counting on him showing up. Either Silent or Dromdon. Are you familiar with Dromdon, Zerky? I may have misspoke. I'm just not familiar. But outside of this tournament. I don't know what to do about this New Zealand situation. Good. Not better than Silent though, nor Leona or Lena. Yeah, kind of funny to have Leona and Lena in a game together because I get them confused all the time when I'm referencing them. Because the L names, I think, with the A's or something. I don't know. Both really good, both really aggressive players, Lena and Leona. Open Tanyao, more of a conservative style player there for the Netherlands, but he's done pretty well so far in his fixed 70 games. Silent, also pretty aggressive. Silent, more of the style of sits back and waits and then really makes an aggressive move at some point in the game, which works well when you're playing in a 70% game. So we'll see how those different styles work out. They're playing Classic. Do we think we see bonuses held here in Classic in a 70 game, a 70 fixed game? Obviously, when you're playing fixed, bonuses are critical. When you're playing with 6 people on the Classic map, definitely changes the feel of it. No blizzards, I believe is correct. I believe that's correct. No blizzards. What's up, noob? Welcome. It's late for you guys there in Australia too. Not quite as late as the, or maybe it's later than the New Zealanders. Would it be later? Can't think of that. Oh, it's only 10 p.m. Okay, so it's later for the New Zealanders. No news. Midnight New Zealand. Okay, yeah. Yeah, see, I think that's the problem, is they were counting on Lars to show up, and Lars has been having technical difficulties. So, bit of a conundrum here. We'll just give him another minute or two to try to figure it out. Yeah, Classic Frozen's more blizzardy, right? Okay. Yeah, so Corbina / Lars Truth has been saying that they've had technical difficulties all week. They said it earlier. So I don't know. Really unlucky. Probably would have been smart for one of the teammates just to be around in case there were technical difficulties. But again, it's midnight there, so I guess that maybe is why. But this totally changes the game. What do you guys think's different if we fire this off with 5 players instead of 6? Yeah, Noob, you're close enough to New Zealand. I think that makes sense. I mean, I don't think the New Zealand teammates are going to be super happy about the situation, but they also were not around to verify, so only do so much. Really unlucky here. Probably stayed up watching too much World Cup. A lot of Women's World Cup going on there. Maybe that's the distraction. We're gonna fire either way at 15, so 4 minutes away. Oh, true. Lernsey says that the only difference will be that Open only gets his 3 kills instead of 4, which is quite confident from Lernsey. Lernsey would love that because he's playing in Game 3 for Netherlands, so he would love as many points as possible going into Game 3. Okay, we're about 3 minutes away. We'll play a 5-player game. If we don't hear anything, Pierre Stonefield, the only one listed is online, but has the little moon like it's asleep. So much we can do. Oh, that's interesting. Just a random name. Oh, the Grandmaster. That's weird. Actually, we do have an alternate. I'm asking the players what they think about asking their alternate. No, that's not really how that's supposed to work. We're gonna give the alternate just a second just to see. I think we're playing a 5-player game, folks. A really awesome 5-player game with Lena Kitty, Silent Legend, Dromdansarn, Dromdansarn. I think that's right. Leona, Opentaniel. All right, I think we're ready. So we'll play a 5-player game here. Let's see how it goes. Classic fixed, 70% with 5 players. The bonuses will work out a little differently because there are 5, gettable bonuses on this map, which has always made the 6-player Risk game so much fun because there's really 5 gettable bonuses and you're playing with 6 players. So it challenges you to figure out how you're going to all work it out. So I don't know that we see the bonuses held like that, but it is possible with 5 bonuses. Yeah, good luck, Learnsy. Good luck to the Netherlands. We'll talk to you after this one. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys play it. All very experienced. I don't think they let anybody take a major bonus. We'll see if we see someone go just right away for the no Australia, no win strategy. Very likely that we see that, don't you guys think? And here we go. Game 2 of the Risk World Cup Finals is on. It's a 5-player game. We're watching from the perspective of Leona here in England. Norway playing as red, Germany playing as yellow, England playing as white, Netherlands playing as orange, France playing as blue. Let's check out the turn order, as it can dramatically affect how these games work out. France first in turn order, Netherlands second in turn order, Norway third in turn order, Germany fourth in turn order, and England fifth in turn order. Interesting spawn there in Africa. France also with a pretty good Australia play early. I think that will tempt Lena enough, being first in turn order and having that position in France. Yeah, I think Lena goes all out on Australia. No Australia, no win. Wow, that is that's a fast bonus and spawn for Lena. Now, here's the real interesting part, because people will say, Risk is so, luck dependent on a spawn like that. But here's the meta piece of it. How does everybody else play it? Because what they should be doing is taking out all of Lena's exteriors immediately, right? You should find opportunities to marginalize Lena's other positions on the board, and start blocking her in if she's going to have that great of a start. So that's my opinion on kind of the meta of Risk. Instead of complaining about, wow, that was a great spawn for Lena, she got Australia handed to her. How are you going to play from here on out? Because we've only had one term so far, so there's a lot of game left, right? Although I've never seen anyone win a Risk game that wasn't holding Australia to start in turn 1, so it's a really, really hard hill to climb for all the rest of these guys. I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with the classic Risk map, but the way the bonuses work: North America's a +5, Europe's a +5, Asia's a +7, South America a +2, Africa a +3, and Australia a +2. If you hold those going into your turn, you get that many bonus troops for your next turn. And we see Norway moves into South America. South America not going to be held, or Norway wants to move through into Africa. Norway signaling they want to move their troops through into Africa, but Germany can't get that 3 out of their way in any convenient fashion. Interesting. Okay, here goes Silent Legend, who has the worst spawn. Most of his troops spawning out in Asia. No line on any kind of realistic bonus, and goes for a little bit of a block of Lena's position there, moving down into China. Last in turn order, Leona, also not in a great position for a bonus. Has some troops in North America, and some potential lines into North America. Gets a thanks from Norway, I think referencing trying to get the troops out of Africa, trying to get that 3 out of Africa is what Norway's asking for. Wanting that 3 to go up, but it doesn't. Okay. All right, how does Lena play this? Just guards the bonus? All-out guard on the bonus? Yeah, I think Silent and Leona are going to be without a continent. Maybe Leona can find a way to get the North American play, but it seems unlikely. So Silent's game has to turn into making this a no-bonus game, obviously outside of Lena's Australia. So he's got to leave this 6 here in South America and just keep building on it enough to block everybody from taking the Africa or South America bonuses. So if he leaves this 6, he's pushing blue and white to keep blocking red here in Africa. So I think that's the move. Also, Leona leaving the 3 as well as the 4 here in Madagascar makes Africa much tougher to take for Norway. Opentania also not with a great bonus line. He does have a bit of a Europe play, but it's not a simple one. He moves his 9 out to the Ukraine. Does he add to... Okay, he gives a thanks to Silent, saying, I want your 3 out of here. Again, okay, so he's telling Silent to move through him and to fortify down to here so he can combine his troops. That's what he's asking for. Norway says, I want to come through your 6, Germany, and go into Africa. Big decision there for Silent. Silent can hit the 2 of Tanyao on next turn and let him come through if he's worried about that. How serious does Norway take that Africa play? Because it looks like they're taking it pretty seriously. I think he hits the 2 and gets out of the way. I don't think he wants to risk getting rolled there. Or he can move up this way. Okay, so Norway also created a path for him to come through North Africa here and move up into Europe. But Silent would rather stay down in South America, which makes sense because he's got to prevent any easy bonus taking. He's going to let someone else try to prevent Norway from taking Africa. He's not going to deal with that, but he can at least make a claim potentially to South America. He can. I think that's what Silent does. Silent takes South America. Leona takes North America. It's just going to take a few turns. And then we see Tanyao taking Europe. Norway taking Africa. Everyone's happy because they've all got their bonuses, right? I think as a group, what they need is even out Lena's early position is probably taking out that 2 and 1, which will definitely happen next turn, it looks like. And then likely Silent takes out this 4 out of South America. Lena gets left with just this marginalized position, and that's the key. So again, if you were playing this game and you saw someone get that Australia spawn and you think, this is stupid, risk is so luck-based, right? The key is staying focused and saying, okay, how do we take the next step to marginalize that player to where that bonus doesn't win them the game, that spawn doesn't win them the game. Okay, so we see Opentania does take that advantage to move into the Ukraine, so it takes that critical territory of Ukraine, puts a 16 on it. There's a 6 in the Middle East from Norway that's going to come down into Africa, so it won't stay there. But when you're playing a 70 game, you're constantly looking for what paths people are going to use to take 70% of the board. This is not a World Dom game, so you only have to take 70% of the board to win the game. So Ukraine and Middle East are critical when you're playing a 70 game because they block off the board and those 2 guards. Also critical here in North America and Kamchatka. Yeah, Silent gets to take his bonus. Didn't see what he rolled on the 4 to Lena. But unlikely red breaks because he was so nice to red. I think Leona... She's going to lose this 4 either way. So I think she just hits the 1 to get something out of it. Lost only 1. Yeah, that's a good roll then. Very good. So Silent is the second to get a bonus. So that tells you how good of a player Silent is, because as Zerky was saying earlier, it looked like Silent was going to be without a bonus, but able to get that coordinated to take South America. And Leona will start working on North America. And Leona will get North America this turn on 100% rolls. That's impressive. With really decent guards on North America. Leona probably now in the best position on the board. What do you guys think? Yeah. Leona's 3 in Asia is going to be potentially important as these continents get taken. Yeah, so Lena just takes an extra territory to get something out of that stack in Africa because she knows it's dead here on this turn. Lena will be down to just that Australia position. Interesting to see how they go for a card block potentially, or what they do, because only the 4 remaining out here once Africa gets taken on this turn by Drom's Dansarn. Open works on his Europe bonus. These guys do go really bonus heavy here, which surprised me a little bit. He does not wait for Silent to get that 3 out, which makes sense because Silent wouldn't have really had a chance to without breaking Africa, so he had to just go for it. He's not really guarding at all. So everyone takes their bonuses. The question is, do we just play a sharing Asia game? 13 on 4 gets rolled. So usually when you're playing the classic map and all the bonuses are getting taken, especially once you get to 5 players, the person at the biggest disadvantage is that South American player because they don't have access to Asia for the card trading. So they have to have an exterior out there. So currently Silent with 12 troops in Asia is going to really help him out, but he's got to make sure he keeps that Asia position. The problem usually is you keep adding to that Asia position, so you guard your bonus less than everybody else gets to guard their bonus because they can card trade from their bonus. So you end up getting your bonus stolen. So usually when this scenario happens that you're seeing right in front of you, the South American player is the most in trouble. We'll see how these guys play it. Silent knows that, and so Silent will keep really strong Asian positions. The problem is you've got to balance keeping that Asian position while guarding your bonus. Lena shooting out a couple of thankses. I think trying to get Silent out of her way there in Australia. And he obliges. He moves the 7 over to give a territory from the 20 stack to Lena. Although Lena would like to work from that 4, I would think, but a lot easier to card block a 4 than a 20. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the totally different game on the classic map when you're playing 6-player versus 5-player because, again, there are 5 holdable bonuses. I guess some players play no Asia, no win, but pretty unlikely that we see Asia held here. So, yeah, so you get the 5 players. So Leona is getting a +5 and Tanya's getting the +5. So they have a big advantage the longer this goes. Africa's the +3, and then South America and Australia are just +2. So the longer it goes, Silent and Lena will fall behind in troop count. Lena was able to get that turn 1 bonus, but Lena's first in turn order, which I guess doesn't matter as much now that we're in fixed cards. Everyone holding their cards here in fixed. At 4 cards and holding. But Lena already has lost that troop advantage to Leona in just a few turns, even though she had her bonus well before Leona had hers. So Lena could take out the white 3 and the white 1 and force a break. I think that's the move here. Is you take Leona out of Asia, and Leona gives Knuckles saying, "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it." Ah. This is a kill attempt from Lena. That was a feed attempt from Lena of open. Interesting. Lena uses almost a big chunk of her troops without a card trade to basically feed open. Open next in turn order, though. Did Lena think she had the kill? Open hopefully has trades on 4. He really needs a trade on 4 here. That was a wild play from Lena. No cards on 4 for open. Norway gonna get fed more points. That's a nightmare for the group as a whole because Norway's already sitting on 15 for the final. Yeah, that's a major turning point here in the finals with Norway getting not completely free. Does he have a trade that would definitely help? He's got to get a 6. Okay, he's got an 11. It's not easy. It's a really, really tight run. 6 on 3. Oh, doesn't lose a troop on the 6 on 3. That was critical. Easily gets the bounty now. Wow. How about that? The bounty goes to Norway. Norway has just been at the right spot at the right time for a lot of this tournament. And sometimes that's what Risk is about. Just being there to take advantage of the moment. So we see Dromstarn gets the 5 points. Norway goes to 20. Well, I don't think it's quite over yet, but I think it was an easy bounty, obviously. Because they can't turn that into a Lena bounty. So Silent gets the Lena bounty? Maybe they can turn it in. They need good rolls. Oh my gosh. These are fantastic rolls. That was not as good. Not going to get 100% 2-on-1? Oh, this is a game changer 2-on-1. Loses the 2-on-1. Okay, that was huge for the group. Otherwise, Norway maybe steamrolls this thing. Silence got to get through a 4-stack. Needs a trade, probably. He got to 61% also on that. 9-on-4 is 100% roll. 5-on-1 gets the bounty. So Germany gets up to 10 points. Looking a bit like a 2-horse race here again. Okay, does Silent find a way to run? No way to run the 70 here. And no way to get another bounty, right? He just guards Australia. He's going for the 70. Oh, yeah, he's got the 11, but he's got to get a good roll on the 11-on-9 to have a chance. Oh, gets a bad 3-on-1. Oh, he's... Ah, interesting. He's suiciding his troops, hoping that Leona gets the win. Trying to make sure Leona gets the win and not Norway. I'm almost sure that's what just happened, right? That's what you guys see it as? Silent would like to see Leona go get the win. Yeah, it makes sense, because if Norway gets the win, it's almost insurmountable. Yeah, it makes sense, for sure. He was probably thinking if I roll better, I might have a chance at the 70, but for now, let's make sure England gets it. Although, England not moving super fast here. But Red's on 4 cards. He doesn't have a chance to really do much. Even if he gets the 10 trade, not enough to really accomplish anything. Honestly, Silent might end up getting the red bounty anyway with that play. No, it'll be too tough. He could have fortified those troops out to Brazil, and he would have had the red bounty this turn. He thought Leona... I guess Leona not having cards last turn was the difference. He gets a 10 trade. He's going to try it. Oh, 5-on-2. Not 100%. Oh, loses the 5-on-2, so he feeds the rest of the bounty to Leona. Oh, man. How about that? The classic 69% run. And the one territory would have been another bounty. Okay, so Leona gets the bounty for England. They'll go to 5. They'll be on the board, which is a much better position than not being on the board heading into the final game. Remember, the final game, the win will be worth 15 points. So if you win, you'll have to get a bounty in World Dom in Game 3 here later today. So you'll get at least 20 points. So everyone's still in the game as long as Norway's sitting on 20 at the end of this. Leona taking some of the board. It's going to be an easy win. Yeah. Everyone happy that Germany didn't get that, right? On that 5-on-2. This keeps the scores much more interesting heading into the final game. Okay, so England will sit on 15 and actually move up into second place. And let's see if we can talk a little post-game with these guys. Interesting game there. Seen Lena's last 2 games turn into a failed kill.
Hello there.
What's up, Open?
I'm not even mad. I'm just baffled.
What happens?
Hello.
Yeah.
We were really scared for the one moment because, like, if Norway gets the, I think they messed up. They didn't need to kill Lina. I think they had the 70 without killing Lina, and then they were on 30 points, and there was basically no way anyone could pass them in game 3. So we were really glad that they went for the kill and messed it up. So
Yeah,
and
exactly. So this
yeah.
Did you stop talking, Open?
Sorry?
Oh, were you talking? I thought you were talking.
I wasn't entirely done. Because this even if they had the kill, right? So Lina was going for a kill when she still could. Even if she had the kill, the board would have been completely open. Norway was next. Norway could have gotten the kill on Lina and possibly the 70 after. Even then, Norway would have won the tournament. But now it was super risky, super dangerous, and it could have just given the championship to Norway if they made the right moves. If they split right, I guess they would have just had the championship.
Yeah, we thought the World Cup was over right there.
Yeah,
I thought
we as well. Like I was losing my mind.
Yeah, we were going a bit mental.
I was losing my mind as well, to be honest.
Because going into the game, we thought, okay, like we might play for the win, but maybe not. Like because we just hope that like we can stop Norway from getting points or the win, and that's basically our only goal. And then
yeah, just keeping it available for the win in game 3, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Since like we were not in a real position, especially in the 5-player game, to get us to a decent enough position to like not be a target in game 3, but also be in a position where we have a good chance. So like, because even
just
like
kind of middle ground.
Yeah, exactly. Like on 20 points, we are more likely a target than, for example, on 10 points. But you pretty much have the same chances of winning, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah, well played, Germany. Well played, Germany. We like that play at the end.
Lena, you want to give us
that was very good. That was very good.
Lena, you want to give us a breakdown of your thoughts there?
Well, like Silent and Leona were like hitting me and putting stacks in my face like for the whole early game.
Okay.
And so I felt like
sorry, yeah, go ahead.
And I thought like, why are they like helping Norway and hitting my stacks? Like helping Norway getting out of Norway's bonus and hitting my stacks. I was like, what the fuck? And putting a 7 in my face.
Yes.
And so I was like, okay, whatever. I need to get 5 points while I still can and hope for the best. If I had a set, like even the 4 set, this was a guaranteed kill. Without a set, like I got shit dice, by the way. Like I lost 10 on an 8 and I got bad first rolls. So yeah.
So you didn't have a set to use?
I didn't have a set.
Okay, yeah.
And I thought like there is still a chance I get it. And if I get it, I get like, because with my cards, I had 2 cavalries and 2 artilleries.
Okay.
So with my cards, if I get the kill, I get on average 20 troops, like with the +2s.
Yeah, okay. I think the kill honestly still was a long shot. Like even if you lost only like 6 on the 8 or something like that, you still wouldn't have gotten the kill. Like even if you lose 3, you don't get the kill. You still needed to hit a 3.
If I
and
lose
4
6,
ones.
I don't have 0% chance of getting the kill. If I lose 3,
You don't. Of course, you don't
almost
have
at
0% chance to
if
get
I
the
lose
kill.
3, I think I'm close to 100%.
But the problem is, if like the case was, Netherlands don't have a set. Like you have to think of the bigger picture. You don't even only have to think about you.
I didn't
getting
care
the kill
anymore
or not
because
getting
of
the
what
kill.
happened to me in the first 3 rounds.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
of
think
course, but is that worth to you just feeding the whole 3 games to someone else and giving
When I
you
get targeted
0%
on 0
chance?
points when I'm not a threat,
But everyone is a threat going into game
we-
3.
we-
Everyone can still
we
win.
weren't,
So
Yes.
we weren't
there's-
targeting you. We were
Yeah,
playing
no,
defensively. We were very aware that
Right.
having been gifted the North America spawn, it's so easily blocked by either the SA player or maybe an early Australian player if they have a stack in there. We just wanted to remove that threat, that possibility. That's why we hit the 3 in NA.
yeah, I understand, but still, like, I lost, I lost, 7 troops on that side, another 2 on the other side. Like,
yeah.
I lost 9 troops from being hit for no reason when you were, like, helping Norway get out of the way instead of hitting Norway, and you hit my 3 so early that, like, I just lost my mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think the dynamic is interesting there because Lena was seeing it as a riding on the wall situation with the Australia position. You guys took out our exteriors, but I think you were taking out the exteriors to get your bonuses.
Yeah, but I was the only one being taken out, especially this early.
No, me too. If you looked at my troops, I was about 10 troops behind Leona because my exteriors were taken out. Some of my exteriors were taken out as well. So
Yeah, but
yeah,
I mean, my position
just
was being taken out instead of ones when I could have rolled a 3v1 later, you know? Like, or, like, my positions were targeted before even, like, the ones. Like, I was literally, my positions were targeted. And it was
No.
because Leona was scared of me putting a stack in there, I understand, but, like, my positions did get targeted, and Silent was putting a 7 in my face and didn't open my stack. Because to be fair, if Silent or Leona had opened my stack, I would have gone for the red kill instead of orange. But none of them did.
If they would have opened your 20 stack to the to Africa, so you could go that direction. You mean?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have gone for the red kill.
Yeah, through India.
Like
I
knowing
mean,
if I
that
fail,
was
it doesn't
probably
matter.
coming.
Daniel gets the points.
That was
Like, since-
probably coming in a few turns. I would.
Yeah, but like too late.
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, I was getting weaker and weaker because everyone had a bonus. So it was like now or never, pretty much.
So to talk about another
I think-
interesting part of the game, Silent kind of makes a 70 run after he takes the bounty, but then he kind of realizes he's not going to be able to get it, so he 0% attacks into Leona. Your guys'
I don't
thoughts
think
on
that
that?
was a 70%.
Okay,
Yeah, that was
like-
a
Great,
denial for red.
great.
Because
But,
red
like, I
getting more
can-
points
I-
is just death for everyone else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can explain what like Silent's thought process was.
Sure.
But like, of course, I think it's understandable. He wanted to just weaken red to the point where they, even if like Leona, like somehow, I mean, maybe she tries to kill us or something like that, and then red, so that they are weak enough so they can't get it. And then I think he initially only tried to win to feed the win, but I mean, I think you didn't want to take only the win, I guess. That's my thought process.
Yeah,
on
I
that.
mean, I got the
Um,
hitting Norway piece of it, but the 0 attacking seemed unnecessary unless he was trying to feed his bounty directly to Leona.
I mean, like the 11 was blocked by the 9, right? So that maybe was just the way of.
Yeah. That was a
Just getting-
teaming
but he could have
against
fortified.
Europeans.
I guess, but that's still like the 9 is still in the way, and it's still a territory, right?
Yeah.
So,
Sadly, we didn't have a set on 4 there. Otherwise, we would
Right.
have just probably
okay,
taken
yeah,
the win.
I interpreted this as you wanted the bounty plus the win, but
We
I mean,
didn't have a set on 4, unfortunately.
and
we would
15
have took
points
it
is
otherwise.
yeah, 15 point doesn't change anything to 10 going
Yeah.
into the last game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because who wins, unless like maybe Norway get 2 bounties, usually gets the top spot. So
What was it like as Norway going into that game, feeling like everyone's targeting you a bit?
You there, Drom? He's muted still. Grom, are you here? Can you hear us? Or Eric?
Yeah, we can hear him.
Oh, you can? Why can't I? Oh, I have him
Yes,
muted from when I was listening to stream. Hold on. Sorry,
Yes.
everybody.
When
Thank
he
you
was
for letting me know.
talking.
Still
Yeah,
learning how to
we-
use Discord here. Noob. All right, sorry. Can you say it again for the stream?
Yeah. We were initially a bit afraid or scared of how it would shake up. But as the game progressed, we saw it as the game was more neutral, and everyone got into position to take bonuses, and then no one broke us. So yeah, it didn't go as bad as we anticipated. Or yeah, we were definitely a bit scared of the targeting there.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, and I missed the. I should have gone for the 70% there. It was a sure thing. So, but I got greedy, and I thought I for sure had the kill on Lina, and yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't. If I had time enough to slide it properly, then the kill would have been ensured. But it's yeah, I was a bit short on time, so I had to go for the regular 100% blitz. So yeah, that cost us the certain championship. So yeah, then we have got to fight it out in the third game.
Yeah, I mean, you're still in a great position, but yeah, definitely kept you from winning it right there, which... were you surprised that everyone was nicer to you early game, like Lina was upset about?
Yeah, a bit, but I also have it's a perspective thing, and if everyone threw their troops into Norway, then the ones who were in last position to hit, they could just decide to or opt out of hitting, and then they would not be they wouldn't have any cost, so they would be ahead, and then they would just either run the 70 or go for one of the fragile players.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my thoughts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that may have saved him from being more aggressive on that. You're right.
Yeah, my thought process was also that like everyone was of course being aware of like Norway being not allowed to win, but still like trying to get some points to get yourself to a position where like only the win plus one bounty is enough, and you don't need multiple bounties.
Yeah.
To which is pretty much the.
Yeah, I mean, so 20 points is the guaranteed minimum for the winner of Game 3, and Norway's sitting at 20 points. So winner of Game 3 definitely in the best position. Obviously, if Norway gets a couple bounties in Game 3, that changes. Or if England does, that changes fast. But going into the game, it's open to anyone, right?
Yeah, which is I think the best thing, because honestly, it probably would have been a bit underwhelming, like to have the whole tournament end like that in like
Yeah.
Game 2. I don't think anyone expected that to be the last game. So
what about Silence roll 5-on-2 there? That would have been dramatically different of a situation also if he wins that 5-on-2.
I mean, our thought process was, I think he rolled a 5-on-2 and then rolled the other one. So if he got the 5-on-2, I don't think he would have finished the 70 probably, since that would have put us on 23 points.
So if he finished on 69%, and in that one territory was Norway's territory that he would have taken.
Yeah,
would have
but
been
he
an extra
rolled
bounty
that,
in the
but he
70.
lost that roll before he finished the other territory, so he never had a chance to even go to 70%. So
Yes.
because our thought process was, or at least silence, was that like if we would get that, we get 3 points
Yep.
for the next bounty and 10 points, so we would be on 23.
Yep.
But 23 is like not enough to guarantee ourselves the win,
Right.
even with one bounty in the last game. But it would put a pretty big target on our
For
heads.
sure. That would have been really
So-
interesting going into game 3 with Germany at 23 and
Yeah.
Norway at 20 and nobody else with points. That would have been a really
Yeah. But
you
like,
guys certainly would have
the-
both been targeted in that game.
Yeah, exactly. The most likely situation in that scenario is probably like that the other 4 teams don't
Yeah.
let us have a bonus, because like if we get a bounty, we're already like if we get a bounty on Norway in the last game, then we were on 28 points and no one can pass us. So they of course don't want that to happen. So we would just be targeted. So we don't want ourselves in that situation.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a balance to it. You either want to like secure the win or not be too far ahead to where you're the immediate obvious target, right?
Yeah.
Which I think is the situation we're in. You know, you've got 3 teams with points. So obviously they'll be in the back of some people's minds. But there's no one that's like an obvious target. So
Yeah, exactly. Like, with the situation we are in right now, if either one of the low point teams like Target or like all the low point target teams, low point teams target one of the teams with points, I don't think that's the play in that
Yeah.
situation, since like everyone with the win still has a pretty reasonable or pretty good chance to. So like targeting only makes sense if it immediately advantages you. So
yeah, exactly. I think it'll be like there may be a situation where you're picking between 2 bounties to go for, and one of them makes more sense based off of points. But I think other than
yeah,
that,
maybe that's,
it'll be played up like a straight try to win the game, normal risk game for the most part.
yeah, I hope so.
I'm pretty sure the win is still possible for anyone with 0 points as long as Norway doesn't get 2 kills.
That's right. As long as Lernsey's not playing for you in game 3, you guys should be good.
And even if England
I'm
gets
playing
two
game
bounties-
3, guys.
Oh,
watch out.
Lernsey's playing game 3. Okay.
even
Not
if
bringing out the
England gets
Netherlands
two-
part.
Even if England gets 2 bounties, I think they are only on 23 points, so 2 point bounties would still be enough for all teams on 0 points, depending on the bounty they get. So
Right. The only possible, is that tied situation.
yeah,
Just to paint a slightly bigger target on Norway for you guys, Rockstar playing game 3 for Norway, most likely, I would guess, averaging 19 points, and he's only played the game 3 so far. So he's only played Progressive World Dom so far, and he's averaging 19 points in those games. So, and I think you guys remember the Netherlands-Norway situation from the semifinals. I don't think I have to remind you, but
yeah,
There was
I
a-
wouldn't put too much weight on that.
not
fact,
too much
since,
weight.
like,
Okay.
he played 2 games, got fed the win in 1 game, so that's
3
not really.
3 games.
He played 3 games, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, getting the win fed in, I think he got the win fed in 2 games even. So I don't think that's a
Love it.
very big stack.
That's
Not
good.
gonna lie. I mean, that's not a. I mean, he's a good player for sure.
No, I
But,
love it. Rockstar's in here getting to hear this also, so that's really helpful.
Yeah, I'm gonna play him in 1v1s tomorrow. So let's see how it goes in the 1v1 tournament. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys got anything else?
Can I just say how crazy lucky that was for our team there? A chain of events
Yeah.
for us to get that in the end.
Yeah.
So many lucky failed rolls that we had to.
It was looking
rely
pretty
on.
bleak there.
Lena failed the kill. Norway failed the kill on Lena.
Yep.
Silent
we-
failed the kill on
Norway.
Norway.
Yep.
And then we managed to take it.
Yeah,
Crazy.
then we basically needed to feed you the win, so that was also
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Yeah, it worked out pretty nicely for England. And England in a good spot. They're sitting at 15, not a big target on the back, and have a great shot to win. So,
Yeah, and just one last thing.
yeah, go ahead.
To everyone out there, that obviously looked like luck, but all calculated.
Oh yeah, it
Completely-
was all
completely
planned out.
random.
That was exactly how you planned for it to go. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything else, guys? All right, we'll see everybody in about 8 hours. So New Zealand will be just waking up, hopefully. So we've already confirmed their game player, game 3 player. Their game 2 player was having some technical difficulties, so it was a little bit up in the air. But they should be here for a 6-player game in Europe Advanced later today. So good luck to everybody.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, everyone.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Bye.
All right, so that is the end of Game 2 of Finals. Again, we'll be on in about 8 hours at 2100 UTC for Game 3. The winner of that game gets 15 points, and then the 5 points for your first bounty, 3 points for your second bounty, 1 point for each additional bounty. So any one of these 6 teams still can win the World Cup. Coming up here later today, it'll be basically a winner-take-all situation, depending on what kind of bounties are available for those teams at the top. I highly recommend you guys tune in. We've got a special announcement after the game, after Game 3, about the future of Risk that I think you guys will be very interested in hearing about, with a special opportunity for you World Cup viewers. So make sure you're tuning in at 2100 UTC. Until then, everybody, I'm at Mitch on Risk, streaming live on Twitch and posting my videos here on YouTube to help you get better at the game of Risk. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and follow. We've got one more Risk World Cup 2023 game left at 2100 UTC. See you guys in about 8 hours. Until then, may your dice be nice. See you guys.